President William Ruto has signed the Kenya-Germany Agreement on Comprehensive Migration and Mobility Partnership to help Kenyans get employment opportunities in Germany.
The agreement we've signed today, we've witnessed the signing today, is a very important agreement. We've negotiated this agreement over the last 1 year. All factors necessary for ensuring that this agreement benefits Kenya as much as it does Germany.
Hello, what's popping, kings and queens, wherever you're watching from. Thank you so much for tuning in. By the way, you can join my membership. You can support me anyway. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you don't know me, we'll be friends. I know. If you are a new subscriber here, tune in, of course. Today's video, I'm going to react on the video of Kenyan President Mr. William Ruto. He is in Germany and he has made a deal with Germany to sell the people of Kenya to Germany. That's not the word to use, but he has made a deal with Germany to take the brains of Kenya, brains of Africa, to work in Germany. Because in Kenya, there is no opportunities. In Kenya, we don't have resources. In Kenya, we don't have anything. We are poor, very, very poor. We cannot create jobs for our people. We don't have hospitals to sign doctors. Our schools are full. We cannot give teachers there. So we are taking our brains, technical brains, to Germany. Let's watch this one.
President William Ruto has signed the Kenya-Germany Agreement on Comprehensive Migration and Mobility Partnership to help Kenyans get employment opportunities in Germany. The president, who is in Germany for a 2-day visit, said the deal was the beginning of opportunities to drive job creation and expand partnerships between Kenya and Germany.
The agreement we've signed today, we've witnessed the signing today, is a very important agreement. We've negotiated this agreement over the last 1 year. All factors necessary for ensuring that this agreement benefits Kenya as much as it does Germany have been taken into account. It covers an array of areas. It is not limited to any particular area. All skills that are developed in our technical vocational institutions, which, by the way, mirrors to a great extent the technical education here in Germany. And part of the agreement that we have made in this partnership is to twin and to provide mechanisms for ensuring that qualifications from institutions in Kenya mirror qualifications in institutions in Germany, so that there is ease of transfer of skills and labor into the job market. Let me also underscore that as part of this package, we will explore opportunities of the German language also being expanded in reach in Kenya to provide for ease of communication as we build this ecosystem of relationship and partnership. And finally, as to whether this will affect our industrialization agenda in Kenya, I want to assure you that we have skills, we have developed a huge human capital. As you may be aware, Kenya is a young country. I think our median age is 19 and a half, maybe 20. So we have a huge bulge of young people. If I give you an example, yesterday we advertised for some opportunities in Kenya. We require 20,000 people, 140,000 people applied. So that tells you we have a huge young population that not only can satisfy our industrialization agenda in Kenya, but can be made available to industrialization here in Germany. And therefore, there is no risk whatsoever as to the migration of labor into Germany undermining our own industrialization and progress. In fact, it will provide an avenue for us to tap into the skills in this country, the technology in this country, and create a better people-to-people relationship.
Welcome back. Now, sometimes I say that Africa, we are behind because we don't believe in ourselves, because our leaders does not create good environment for people of Africa to work in Africa. That's why a lot of Africans are going as immigrants. A lot of Africans, Kenyans, are going abroad to work there because they cannot work here because the conditions and opportunities are not there. It's not because we don't have opportunities. It's because the leaders, the politicians, the people who are supposed to create these opportunities, they don't do that. Now, our president, Mr. William Ruto, has gone in Germany to create a deal with Germany to take people, to take intelligent people, to take the people who have been educated here in Kenya, to take people who can make Kenya grow, to take people, teachers, doctors, to take engineers who can make roads, make airports, make things here in Kenya, to go in Germany and work there and build the economy of Germany. In return, they'll be paid. But why is it like that? Why is it any African countries we don't create opportunities? And he lied to us. William Ruto lied to Kenyans that he will create jobs here in Kenya. But what he has done, he has created jobs. He has gone to look for jobs. I don't have problem with that. I don't have problems with Kenyans going to work abroad. What the problem I have is that this will make him not to build the country of Kenya. It will make him not to create opportunities, not to be industrialized, so that he will just say, we'll go and work in Germany, we'll go and work in Italy and France, So Kenya will continue to be poor. Africa will continue to lack opportunities, because I have here my degree in teaching. I have done catering. I have done vocal training. I have done all these, sign language, everything, technical job, plumbing. But because we don't have companies in Africa, in Kenya, we don't have schools. We have schools. And let me tell you, the schools that are in Africa or in Kenya, sometimes they're in poor condition. They don't have teachers, but the teachers who are supposed to teach there are being taken to another countries to go and build that country. What are we building as a country? That's my question. Where are we benefiting here as a country? How will we improve as a country if we are taking all the brains out? We have people who can make phones, make cars. We have people who can build anything here in Kenya, but who can build roads, engineers, who can build airports. Our airport is leaking. The only thing the president has done, he has sold it to a Adani group. It's not because it's because the money that is here in Kenya, they are pocketing it in their pockets. So they are seeing it hard to pay people from Kenya. This is selling the people, and this is not what Ruto told us during campaign. Now, he said we have more educated people in Kenya to come and work here. Oh my God. I know how people think. People will say Kenya is a growing country, we don't have that opportunity, let's go. But for how long will we stay being a growing country? And already we have money, billions of money, trillions. The budget we have in Kenya is a lot to build something for Kenya, to create opportunities for Kenya. We have a place to put markets so that to create business, to give people loans. But they don't do that. All they do is just to loot the money that is supposed to help people. They are putting it in their pockets and going to store it in to bank it in abroad. So we may think this is a good idea. Of course it is a good idea. People will get jobs. And I know the president has been paid a lot of money for you to bring people. People will be happy because they have jobs. But what is it there for Kenya? For the motherland? That means each and every time the children of my children and me, all of us, we will work as immigrants to a foreign country. We can never build our country. Our country is full of agriculture. It has good climate, resources. But Every corporate, every company that is in Kenya has died, starting with the sugar companies. So the farmers are crying because they can't plant their sugarcane. The company has closed. Now people are not in jobs. People are suffering. That's why they are saying they are going to take them in Germany or abroad. Instead of President Ruto reviving the companies that have died, reviving Mumias Sugar Company, reviving Zoya Sugar Company, reviving Sisal Company, reviving these companies that have died in Kenya, tea company, so that people, these minds and brains can work here in Kenya. When Mumias Sugar Company is being revived, that means drivers will get jobs, engineers will get jobs, handmen people will get jobs, and they will be paid good money there. Instead of taking these brains to Germany, why don't you make Kenya great? Why don't you revive these companies? Why don't you make JKIA in good condition so that people can work there? Now you have sold JKIA to Adani, and then Adani is sending people home. Now people are jobless. You promised to make Kenya a better place, or a better place. You never promised to sell our people out of Kenya to go and build other people's country. I know most of you are happy because you will go out and get jobs there. And what about your children? What about your grandchildren? What about your grandchildren? All of them will be workers in other countries. All of them will be immigrants. All of them will be seen as, people who have come to beg in our country. Why don't we build our own country? Why don't you build our country economically? Why don't we revive the companies that are in Kenya? Why don't we give people jobs who are in Kenya to build these stadiums, to build these roads? Why? Why are we taking them outside? It's because you don't want to build the country. It's because you don't have the interest of your people at heart. You just want to take them away. Now our country remain poor day in, day out. And the time we want to build our country, we're going to bring Chinese people, Arabs, Indians, Somalis are here. Why don't you give people affordable loans to start business? Why don't you keep good condition for people doing businesses? Why don't you keep the markets clean and build markets so that people can have good conditions to do business? Why don't you assign teachers to schools? Because schools does not have teachers. Schools here does not have teachers. Hospitals does not have doctors. Why don't you put condition and pay them money so that they can work in our schools? Why don't you build Kenya with Kenyans? Why are we taking the brains that we have in Kenya more than you said? We have a lot of brains in Kenya. Why? That's what I'm thinking about, how Kenya and how President William Ruto has failed Kenyans. President William Ruto has failed Africans. In another speech, he will say, we want to build Africa with the Africans, Africa for Africa. In another speech, he will say, we have more Africans who will come to work here. This is how President Ruto has sold Kenyans and failed Kenyans in the hand of the white people. This is being controlled by the white supremacy. This is being controlled by the colonizers. We are still under the spell of the white colonizer. If we can't make our country great again, we are still here making their country great. It's only the same thing that happened back then during our ancestors. The only thing that has changed is that they are being paid, but the treatment will be the same. Some of them, they'll be in a racial discrimination time. Some of them, they will be seen just as some local people. Why doesn't Germany come and work here in Kenya? USA. Because as president and leaders, they don't create good condition here in Africa. And I'm praying Kenyans will open their mind, open their eyes, and see what is best for Kenya. Because we are not talking about the Kenya of today. We are talking about Kenya of tomorrow, Kenya of the other day, and Kenya of the other day. But if we just think about ourselves, we will see this deal as a good deal. But let me tell you, the deal that William Ruto has made with Germany is barbaric. The deal that William Ruto has made with Germany is slavery, colonized, everything bad, is bringing poverty and poverty into the country Kenya. We are not going anywhere. We are not making steps. If this is what we are happy for, we as Africans, we will continue to suffer. And that's why Ibrahim Traore is making hard for Burkina Faso to stand for itself, the farmers of Burkina Faso to go into farming. If Kenya we venture into farming, build those dams, build those roads so that farmers can connect with businessmen. Let us create a Kenya that you work in Kenya, you have your brains in Kenya, and you are making Africa great again. That's the only way we can make Africa great. Tell me what you think in the comment section. If you are happy with this deal that William Ruto has done, tell me in the comment section. Maybe we are not on the same page. I don't know what you think, but you can comment there. You can get my email address, kenyanbeast1@gmail.com, and my number is on the description. You can join my membership. Be a member today. Let us be friends. Thank you so much. Subscribe, and peace be with you.